Hi everyone. Today we are going to conclude the lesson with the longitudes and the time zone. In the previous recording, you have learned about the latitudes and the heat zones. Latitudes, once again, I'll recapitulate. They are also known as parallels. Why? Because they are running through in the same direction as the equator. Uh, from the east-west direction, and they measure the distance from north to south from the equator, above and below the equator. They are equidistant because as they are parallel and they cross the prime meridian at the right angle. It lies in the cross of the earth axis at right angle, that is 23 degree, and gets shorter towards the poles, as you know, because the earth is bulgy at the center, and that way we mark the equator as the longest latitude. The next we have seen about the heat zones. Depending on the rays, or you can say the sunlight, different climatic zones are created here, and that way we have three types of zone: tropics, temperate, and the frigid zones. Similar way in the northern hemisphere and in the southern hemisphere. Now in today's recording, let us start with the longitudes. Right. It is not compulsory, or you can say that only latitudes are not required to locate a place on the globe. So for that, or you can say to fix the position of a place or to locate a place on the globe, we need the vertical lines as well. And these vertical lines are nothing but your longitudes. What are longitudes? They are the imaginary vertical lines that run from North Pole to South Pole. Clear. So it is necessary to know something more than latitude of a place. For that, we need longitude as well. For example, suppose if we know the like Mauritius and Tonga Islands, Tonga Island in Pacific Ocean, you can locate here. Tonga Island in South Pacific Ocean is situated, okay, and Mauritius Island near the Indian Ocean, if you see, are situated on the same latitudes. And what is the latitude here? 23 degrees south, 23.5 degrees south. Here Tonga Island also, no doubt it is in southern Pacific Ocean, but the latitude is 23.5 degree south. So how to locate these things? We must find out how far it is from east and west. Okay, since your latitudes runs from east to west, that way we have to locate the distance between them. So how to locate them, their distance? Okay, for that reason we have given a line of preference. Okay, you can see here there is a line of preference here. You can see here that is marked as 0 degree. So that is the line of preference that is running from North Pole to South Pole. Clear? From North Pole to South Pole, this is the line of reference. Why this line of reference is necessary? Because to find out how far east or west these places are. Clear? So this is the line of reference, and this line of reference is called as prime meridian. Okay, how far the place is from the east and west, the distance you have to, if you want to find out, you need a line of reference, and that reference line is called as prime meridian. You can see all these lines, vertical lines. These help us to locate the distance, to find out the distance between any two places. For that, we need these longitudes. So how to mark these longitudes? Okay, so line of reference is called as meridians. Don't forget it. The distance between them are measured in degrees of longitude. Each degree, if you see here, 0 degree, 30 degree, as they are in the eastern hemisphere, we call it as 30 degree east, 60 degree east, and if it is in the westward, we can say 30 degree west, 60 degree west, like that. So degrees of, they are measured in degrees of longitudes depending on the hemisphere. So, and each degree is further divided into minutes, like 30 degree, 5 minutes. Okay, that way we can measure. And again, these minutes are divided into seconds. So degrees, minutes, and seconds, they were further divided. So they are semicircles. If you see here, they are the semicircles. And like the parallels, they are the semicircles, and they all are equal in length. You can say the length is equal for each and every longitude, whereas here the length, it decreases when these latitudes reaches towards the poles. This is the difference. Okay, so but here longitudes, they are of equal length, but they are at the distance at the center. You can make out here almost 111 kilometers distance is there at the center. But while reaching towards the poles, they are at the 0 degree. They merge with each other, right? So longitudes are not equidistant because the distance they get merged at the 0 degrees North Pole and 0 degrees South Pole. Okay, so this is the place North and South Pole where all the meridians meet each other, but they are at the distance at the center. So unlike parallels, all the meridians are of equal. These longitudes are also called as meridians. Similar way, latitudes are called as parallels. Now next, let us see why to have only one prime meridian, because all the countries have decided that the count should begin from the meridian which passes through the Greenwich. And Greenwich is the center of the world. Greenwich is in London, a place in London. So from there, this 0 degree longitude passes away. So it was universally accepted as Greenwich meridian. So there we have a British Royal Observatory. So that's why we have considered it as 0 degree meridian or prime meridian or 0 degree longitude. So when we talk about this, so the value of this prime meridian is 0 degree. The prime meridian, the value of this prime meridian is 0 degree. So when we divide this longitude, or you can say if we start dividing it, it will count 180 degrees towards the east and 180 degree towards the west. We can see here, this is the division of the world, or you can say the globe. So 180 degree towards the east and 180 degree towards the west. Prime meridian does not come under in any hemisphere. So towards the east, the places we can call them, we can refer it as eastern hemisphere, and towards west we can call it as western hemisphere. So countries which comes under the western side of the prime meridian comes under the western hemisphere, and towards the east all the countries are in eastern hemisphere. But prime meridian being at the 0 degree does not come under any of the hemispheres. So 180 degree, 180 degree, 360 degree and 0 degree prime meridian. I hope it is clear. So how to locate these degrees? So when we call it as 180 degree, 180 degree, as I said, the eastward countries comes under eastern hemisphere. Hemisphere, the meaning you already know, half of a circle. So therefore, the longitude, the prime meridian, 180 degree meridian divides the earth into two equal halves, that is the eastern and western hemisphere. Therefore, the longitude of a place which follows by the letter E, wherever you can see letter E for the east and W for the west, as I said just now. So to note, 180 east, 180 west meridian are on the same line. Okay, 180 east and 180 west are on same line. So now if we talk about how to merge these latitudes and longitudes. Right. These are the latitudes, as you all know. These are also imaginary lines, but they run horizontally. And whereas longitudes, they are also imaginary lines, but they run vertically. So when we merge these two lines, horizontal and vertical lines, we get a network here. You can see it forms a network. And wherever we can see that wherever these latitudes and longitudes are merging or intersecting, there forms a grid. Okay, so that we call it as a global grid or an earth grid. Okay, and this grid, if we know the latitude and longitude of any place, then we can easily locate that place on the globe. And that is the use of this global grid. Okay, wherever these two lines are merging or intersecting, there you can find a place. So suppose if you know the latitude of any place, 30° north and 30° east, merge it here, then you will be definitely you will locate the place which you want. So but you should know the latitude and longitude of that place, then only you can form a grid. Proceeding further, let us see, suppose if we want to locate a place, we'll take a place now here. The place is given in your reader as Dhubri in Assam is situated at 26° north. This is 20°, and suppose if this is 26° in Assam, somewhere here. Okay, and suppose it what is given here 90° east. Suppose this is the eastern hemisphere, so then we will see that 90°. If we know these latitudes and longitudes like 26° north and 90° east, you can locate Dhubri on the world map. I hope it is very much clear to you now. Okay, to understand it more clearly, now let us see, right, let us try out on the simple lines how to locate the latitudes and longitude using this grid and all. For that you can draw the equidistant vertical and horizontal line. This is just for your practice. On a paper, label the vertical rows. Which are the vertical rows here? These are the vertical rows here. Okay, label them as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here children, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then then similar way, draw the horizontal rows and label them as A, B, C, D, E. Clear? So, and these rows you can, right, draw with letters, addresses. So, draw some small circles randomly. These 5 are given. You can try out on the blank spaces also. A, B, C, D, E. Right? Any figure, any alphabet you can draw, any letter you can write wherever you. Suppose if you want to write here F, you can write. This is just for practice. Okay. So once you have drawn all these things, so these are randomly selected points on these, you can say the equidistant layer. So what you have to do here, you have to name this circle ABCDE. After giving that, now find how to locate the place. Okay, now let these vertical lines represent east longitudes. All these vertical lines are represented as east longitudes, and these horizontal lines are represented as north latitudes. Clear? Now you will see that circle A is located. And now how to find out which latitude and which longitude circle A is located at. So how to do this? Now, once you see here, A is located at B degree north and 1 degree east. Since 1 is in eastern hemisphere, so 1 degree east, and B is located in northern hemisphere, so B degree north. You can see. This way you can try out. Similarly, for B, if you want to do where B is located. B is located on D degree north and 1 degree east. This you can play it as a game also if you want to perfect these latitudes and longitudes. Okay, how to locate C? C is located at C degree north and 3 degree east. D, where D is located? D is located at E degree north and 3 degree east. Clear? Now for E, I hope you got the answer. Try it on your own. Okay, now once you have done this, you will come to know the location of these circles where it is located. Okay, where A is located, now I think you are able to do it. A is located at B degree north and 1 degree east. So try out for other alphabets also. Draw it and Do it as an activity, children. That is for your reference. Okay. Now, how to measure the time? This is the way we can locate the places on globe if we know the latitudes and longitudes. But how to locate or how to measure the time using these latitudes and longitudes? Which countries are ahead of time and which countries are behind? Why there is a time difference between Kuwait and India, and how much is the time difference? Okay, that we will learn now. Now for that we are going to understand time zones. Okay, so the best means of measuring time is by the movement of the earth. Okay, the peak time, mid-noon, how we will come to know? When sun rays directly falls on overhead, sun is overhead of any place. And you know the different places on earth, they get sun rays directly on them in a different time. That way, so whenever in any place sun is totally or completely overhead, that will be the mid-noon for that particular country or a place. Clear, children? But the best means of measuring time is by the movement of the earth, the moon and the planets. The sun regularly rises and sets every day, and naturally it is the best timekeeper throughout the world. Local time can be found out by the shadow cast by the sun, the way as I said. So which is shortest at noon and longest at sunrise, and as well as for sunset too. So this way you can measure the time, okay, by the movement of the earth. But how to do this on a map? Let us see this. When the prime meridian of the Greenwich, okay, prime meridian of Greenwich, you can see here, has the sun at the highest point. Suppose at London Greenwich, sun is at the highest point. Since we have regarded Greenwich mean time as the universally accepted meridian, central meridian for the whole world. So when the sun is overhead at this place, that is regarded as 12 noon for them. Clear? So all the places along this meridian will have the mid-noon. You can see all the countries or the places which comes under these longitude prime meridian will have the mid-noon or midday or mid-noon. Clear? So as the earth rotates from west to east, those places east of Greenwich, these are on the eastern side of the Greenwich, are ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. They are ahead of time. So now if suppose Kuwait is located, right. Now suppose Kuwait is located, this is your Kuwait. Suppose it is now 4 o'clock here in Kuwait, evening 4 p.m. So what will be the time in India? Definitely Kuwait will be behind India. Okay, so you can make out it is almost 2.5 hours difference between these countries. So India is ahead of time. So as you move on, okay, now suppose your Myanmar is again ahead of India, because as you move on towards the eastward, the time will be ahead of in that country. Clear, children? So this way, and when we talk about the countries who are in the west of hemisphere, in the western hemisphere, they are behind the time. You can see here behind the time. So if we want to calculate, how to calculate this, let us see that. Let us calculate it. This is the calculation. As we have learned that latitudes, not 90 degree in the northern hemisphere and 90 degree towards the south of equator. So total 180 degrees of latitudes we have. Whereas longitudes are of 360 degree, 180 degree east and 180 degree west. So total 360 degrees of longitudes. So earth rotates 360 degree at 360 degree. So how to divide 360 into 24? Since we have 24 hours in a day and we have 24 time zones. Okay, so that way, if we divide 360 by, if we so we get 15 degree each hour. So Earth moves 15 degree within an hour. Okay, so 1 degree, how much? It covers 1 degree in 4 minutes. So if we divide this 15 degree into 4, we get 60 minutes. Clear? So that makes up 1 hour. So 24 hours and 24 zones we have. Similarly, if you want to, right? So yes. So if you want to talk about this, thus when it is noon at Greenwich, or you can say Greenwich, London, the time at 15 degree east of Greenwich will be 15 into 4, 60 minutes. So that is 1 hour. So this way, if we have noon at prime London, then we'll have 1 p.m. in ahead of Greenwich time, which means 1 p.m. So at 15 degree west, when we talk about, suppose 15 degree means it's 1 hour difference is there. So we'll take 11 a.m. here. So 15 degree west of Greenwich, the time will be behind Greenwich by 1 hour. So that is, it will be 11 a.m. Similar, right? Now, similarly, what will be at 180 degree? At 180 degree, it will be midnight. You can see here, it will be midnight at 180 degree. So 12 noon at the prime meridian, we have midday or noon, and at 12 o'clock at 180 degree, we have midnight. And countries which are in the eastern hemisphere, is eastern side of prime meridian, will be ahead by 1 hour each. 15 degree, for every 15 degree, they will be moving 1 hour. And those who are behind, or you can say towards the west of prime meridian, they will be behind by 1 hour. So how many longitudes you have, that much difference you can get. So at any place, a watch can be adjusted to read 12 o'clock when the sun is at the highest point in the sky. Okay, that is the midday or mid-noon for them. So when the sun is at the highest point in the sky, it is midday. The time shown by such a watch will give the local time of for that place. So you can see that all the places on the given meridian of longitude have the same local time. You can see any meridian which comes under this will have 5 o'clock throughout this longitude, 6 o'clock. So any country which is having, right, we will come to know in the next one. So that way you will get the same local time. Now how to find out this local time? Let us see that. So the country which is of eastern or towards the eastern side of the prime meridian are ahead of time, right? India is ahead of Kuwait. So time difference is 2.5. So Australia is ahead of India. So it is almost 9 hours 30 minutes time difference between India and Australia. So that way you can find out the time difference. Suppose if you want to find out the time difference, the countries, suppose you have to find out the difference between America and India. Here you have to add the latitudes and longitudes degrees. You have to add them. Suppose if you want to find out the time difference from the same hemisphere, suppose India and you can say that Japan, these two are in same hemisphere, then you have to subtract the latitudes and longitudes from one another. Then only you will get the time difference. Now when we talk about the standard time, how to make out? For every India, right, 3 longitudes passes through India. You see here. So how to find out? And all these longitudes will give 1 hour difference. If you see, if you remember, so distance from them, right? Suppose we'll take the example of Dwarka in Gujarat and Dibrugarh in Assam. And we have 2 longitudes in between. So almost the distance is between them is 1 hour 45 minutes. So every place will have different time if we go by this. So just to have one mean time or actual time so that we can refer it as a reference time. So we have chosen the central meridian, which is at 80 degree east. Why to select this one particular time? Because it will help the travelers. Otherwise, the way they move on from one place to another, they have to keep adjusting their clocks or watches. So that way, to make it convenient for the travelers and trains and buses and all, even your air routes and all, timing for that, we have to keep it at standard time. For that, we have chosen 80 degree 5 minutes east as the standard time. And this standard time passes through Allahabad. Okay, Allahabad, and the place is Mirzapur. Please make a note. Allahabad, Mirzapur has considered as standard time. So the time what is there in Allahabad, Mirzapur, the whole India has considered it as the central time for India, and that we can call it as, that is a local time. So that we have considered as standard time for the whole country, and it is known as the Indian Standard Time, IST. You can see here Mirzapur, Uttar Pradesh, that is 82.5 degree east. So this way adopted in 1947. So that was accepted as the standard time for India. So when we talk about, one situation is given here in your reader, that like Kabir lives in a small town near Bhopal. He tells his friend Alok that they will not be able to sleep today because a day and night cricket match between India and England had started at 2 p.m. in London. See here in London it is 2 p.m. as per his, okay, the cricket match, the time is 2 p.m. in London. This means that match would begin at 7:30 p.m. in India. In India, it is 7:30 p.m. that time. So how much is the time difference? So India is located in the east of Greenwich. As I said, if you are considering the places in the same hemisphere, since London and India is located in same hemisphere, you have to subtract the time for the time difference. Like, so once you subtract the time, 5:30 and 7, you will get how many hours? 5 hours, 30 minutes difference. So from Greenwich to India, it is 5 hours, 30 minutes time difference. Clear? So it is a difference of 5 hours and 30 minutes, that is ahead of GMT. GMT is Greenwich Mean Time. So ahead of GMT. So it will be 7:30 p.m. in India, and in India, it is 2 p.m. noon in London. So some countries have, so depending on that, some countries, right, we have, India has selected a standard time, as you have seen here, that is at 80.5 degree, right, that is at located at Mirzapur in Allahabad. Okay, so that we have considered as standard time. But some countries in the world, they cannot have the one standard or the local time. So like America and Russia, they are very large, you can say in size, countries as per the size or area, they are very large. So they cannot go for one standard time. Like USA, they have 9 longitudes passing through. The longitudinal extent of USA is 9 longitudes. Okay, and for Russia, it has 11 longitudinal. Right, the difference of the extension of the longitudes are 11. So that way they cannot have one standard time. So that's why each longitude in Russia and America, they have different time zones. So it is not possible for them to have. But the Earth has divided into 24 hours, or you can say 24 time zones, 1 hour, 1 zone each. So one zone thus covers 15 degrees of longitudes. That's all for today's lesson. To make it more clear, let us watch a video.
Longitude and time. The best means of measuring time is by the movement of the Earth, the Moon, and the planets. We know that Earth is a sphere and rotates on its axis. This rotation takes 24 hours to complete one full circle. It means that It takes 4 minutes of each degree of longitude to pass in front of the sun. In calculating time, we refer to two separate terms, local time and standard time. Local time. The sun rises and sets every day. It is the best timekeeper throughout the world. The time at the meridian which faces the sun is always 12 noon. All meridians east of a particular longitude meridian will be ahead of 12 noon, which places west of the particular meridian will have time before 12 noon. This way, all meridians have their own specific time called local time. A place situated at the same meridian records the same local time. Standard time. Standard time is the local time of a meridian which is adopted for the whole of the country, and that meridian is called standard meridian. For India, the local time of 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude is known as the standard meridian of India. If the places situated at different meridians keep their local time, then travelers from one place to another would have to keep adjusting their watches. To avoid this, a uniform time is selected for the country known as standard time. The surface of the earth is divided into 24 zones. There are as many zones as there are hours in a day. These are called time zones, and the time established in each zone is called the standard time for the particular system. The time in each zone differs by one zone. In India, the local time of 82.5 degree east passing through Allahabad is taken as the standard time of the country. It is also known as the Indian Standard Time, IST. The Indian Standard Time is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, that is, the local time of Greenwich. Time zones of the world. A time zone is a north-south section of the earth in which all clocks show the same time. The subject of the world's standard time was discussed at the International Congress held in Washington. Consequently, the world was divided into 24 time zones of 1 hour each. Some big countries like USA and Russia have adopted more than one standard time. The reason is that they have large longitudinal extent. For example, USA has 9 standard time zones, while Russia has as many as 11 standard times. Longitude.
That's all for this class, children. Hope you understood each and everything in this chapter. Complete the work. Thank you very much.